Hey yo, black men, what's happening? Peace. Now, I mentioned in one of my most recent videos that, what I see online is just confirmation to what I see out in person or, pretty much everything else, right? Like online just confirms what most of us see on a day to day basis, right? So, starting with the first screenshot, again, you see what she's talking about. This is a black chick I saw on Tinder. Why do none of you have your height on your profile? People keep wondering, why do I talk about the same stuff? Because the women hyper fixate on it. Why do none of you have your height on your profile? Why do you have to put it on there? If my height is a requirement to put onto these profiles, why don't you women put the fact, how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? Right? That should be the requirement. If my height is necessary to know, how much you weigh should be necessary to know. Stop taking pictures from the neck up. All of those headshots, I want to see full body pictures. When these hoes be fat as fuck, they never take these full body pictures, bro. When these hoes be even just slightly too big, not even like extremely big, you still want to take these pictures from the certain angles where you don't see the stomach, or you're bent over from a certain angle where you don't see the stomach, or you put your purse in front of your stomach so no one can see it, or you take it from a side angle, but you somehow, some way, your arm, right, your bicep and your forearm is perfectly aligned to cover up the stomach from the side angle. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I you feel me? Like, you always trying to hide the fact that you're fat, but yet my height is a requirement for you to know. It's the fact that most of these hoes are big. Yo, black men, that's the reality. They're big. They're big. And guess what? Because they're big, you have to be tall in order to make her feel little. Come on, it's that's the science behind it. But people keep wondering, why do you keep talking about height? Why you keep talking about Glocktavius? Because they hyperfixate on it. Growing up, I never even cared about height. I never thought I was a short dude. Only up until my 20s, when the women are like, listen, so many women to my face. Oh, you're short. Oh, you're short. Oh, you're short. Oh, you're short. Huh? If I'm so fucking short, I wasn't hearing this in high school, but college, I was hearing that back to back to back to back. I had females telling me stuff like, "Oh, my last dude drove a Porsche." Huh? So you're comparing a college student to some guy driving a Porsche that I can guarantee you, he does not own the pink slip. He does not listen. For all you Glocktaviuses and Tyrones and black women, because I know you don't own anything, a pink slip is what you receive when you pay off a vehicle or you bought it cash. You get a pink slip. That's the title. Okay? I guarantee you that same dude who she told me about, my last guy drove a Porsche. He did not own the Porsche. He did not own the Porsche. And at that time, I was a college student in Atlanta. And I made a video about that. Yo, those dudes in Atlanta don't own any of them vehicles. Maybe if the dude tell you he's a truck driver, big difference. Other guys you see driving Mopars, you see them driving C8 Corvettes, you see these guys driving, high-end luxury cars or muscle cars. They do not own the vehicle. You feel me? If he doesn't make a scam this month, he can't afford that vehicle, right? If his trap isn't jumping this month, he can't afford that vehicle. Some dudes go down there, or if they're not already living down there, they go on Toro and rent out vehicles. I mean, you can go to Enterprise and rent a vehicle for like a night just to go flex. That's what these guys do. You feel me? So all of that, you got to be focused on my height. Yo, focus on the reality. You feel me? And again, something they're not focused on. Here, check out the second screenshot. And again, I was talking about the older chick in the other video, a few days ago. If you are 30 and up, you have no business talking to anyone 24 and younger. Now, at 30 years old, I don't agree with talking to an 18, 19-year old, even a 20-year-old woman. She should be at least 21 and up. The reality is, women, and this is actually coming from a younger woman, but it's funny. Older women complain about it a lot that when older men are dating younger women, that leaves them with no option. Again, especially when you're talking about them, right? Yo, Connor and his group, they're not checking for them. Jesus and his group, they're not checking for them. Wu and his group, they're not checking for them, especially in their 30s and 40s and 50s. But yet, black men who can go and date younger women, you're mad at them because why? He doesn't want to give you resources. He doesn't want to deal with an attitude. He doesn't want to deal with stretched out box, stink box. He don't want to deal with someone who's gonna, try and command him, narcissistic. No one's dealing with that. You're a worn down battle axe. You feel me? No one's dealing with that. And it's funny how they try to they try and use the double standard, right? When they're young, talking to these older men, it's no problem. But when you become an older man and you want to talk to and date younger women, it's an issue. Because why? It leaves them alone. And that's why I talked about, listen, they're trying to make it a social norm. They're trying to push millennial women onto Gen Z men. You're old and alone for a reason. And guess what? The Generation Z women, they're right on their way behind you. Because guess what? When Generation Z men hit 30, 40 years old, oh, it's going to look dark. It's going to look dark out here for them. Listen, they already said by 2030, 50% of them, well, they said women in general, but we already know who's going to have the highest numbers amongst the groups of women. It's going to be them, right? They said that 50% of them, well, no, I think 45 to 50% by 2030 will be childless and single. When it comes to them, go ahead and add an extra 25%, 15%. It's going to look bad for most of them. It's going to be real dark out here for most of them. And I'm hoping by that point, black men, you've already done what you had to do here in the States. You feel me? You built your life up. You got that passport. You feel me? You got that visa. And you doing your thing, man. You living your life. You feel me? And you're going to these countries where it's acceptable. It's normal, right? It's normal for a man to be older than a woman and the woman is younger than the man. Not the fact that you're 30 years old looking for 35-year-old women, looking for 40-year-old women. You're in your 20s looking for 30 and 40-year-old women. For what? If you didn't meet those same women when they were around your age, I'm not going out my way to go find that now. You feel me? Even if things don't last forever, I still want to get the best deal possible as a man when you put in the work. Listen, when you've done all of the self improvement internally and externally, you want something that matches. Again, if women believe that the more beautiful she is, that means that men should give her money or spend money on her. Men are not looking to spend that money that they bust their asses for and they had blood, sweat, and tears, right? Blood, sweat, and tears they put in to earn that money and build themselves up. You're not spending that fucking money on no 3, 4 out of 10, 2 out of 10, single mom, bastard kids by Tyrone. Man, come on, fuck that. Ain't being no stepdad. You feel me? I'm not being no stepdad. I'm not being no backup plan. You feel me? Not being no simp. You better off alone enjoying your money. You feel me? They actually hate it more for you to be alone and enjoy your money because guess what? That means your money's not coming back into the economy, aka the single mother community, aka the black community. You feel me? Your money's not coming back into that God, degenerate culture, man. And the last one right here, I talked about it before. I talked about it before. BLK is truly worse than Hinge, right? If you met your soulmate off BLK, you are God's favorite. The only explanation that makes sense. See, the reality is BLK again. You're going on there. I talked about it before. I mean, most dating apps are the same across the board. At least with Hinge, you do see more attractive women on average, right? Compared to BLK. BLK is garbage. Again, that's the app where black men, you're meeting these threes, fours, and twos. You feel me? At best, the most attractive joint I seen on BLK was like a five. Keep it a stack. That's the most attractive joint I've seen on BLK was a five. You guys are not, maybe a six, maybe a six, maybe a six, but fives are hyper available. Fours are hyper available. Threes are extremely hyper available. You guys are hitting low quality off of BLK. You guys are bagging low quality off of BLK. You guys are going on dates with low quality off of BLK. That has to be the worst dating app created to mankind. But guess who it's geared towards? Black men. Guess what you're going to get off those apps? Low quality. You guys can't even sit here and tell me it's not low quality, bro. You're cap. You're cap. I've used the app before. I've seen what it has to offer you. The lowest of the lowest, the bottom of the barrel. You scraping the barnacles off the bottom of the ship, dude. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, Hinge is actually cool, dude. I made the one video on my channel earlier this year about me being on Hinge, and guess who? Listen, one of them got me banned off the app, all because I didn't want to play her stupid texting game. Bitch, how the fuck you gonna be mad because I don't want to have my head up your ass? You start responding back to me and expect me to keep texting and calling your phone for what? For what? All because things are moving smooth, and that's the problem with them. When things are too smooth, when things are too good, you know what I'm saying? Not even too good to be true. When things are too normal, again, they don't like normal. They don't like consistency. They enjoy drama. They have things have to be chaotic. So the fact that I'm not chasing you, you're not used to that. So the fact that I felt like I'm too good to do that shit, you have to get my profile banned because I wanted things to remain normal. And that's exactly what I told that dumbass bitch. I said, listen, you stopped responding to me. So I'm supposed to blow up your phone to stay in contact with you. And she told me I was testing you. Who the fuck told you to test me? See, that's their problem, black men. They always doing that stupid shit, trying to test you. But you're not testing Tyrone. You're not testing Glocktavius. But you want to test 10%? Perceived simp? Listen, they'll keep going for every test, falling for every test. They'll keep taking a test and retaking it and retaking it and retaking it and retaking it. 10%, yo, you test me one time, it's done. And guess what? I'm done with all of them. All of them. Yo, BLK would never see me on there. One of these joints, I would never approach you at the mall. I never approach you at the grocery store. I never approach you at Target or the gym. You feel me? I'm not getting my time wasted. Yo, for black men, yo, you want to keep doing that? By all means, please be my guest. You're saving myself time. You're saving myself energy. And guess what? You're providing content for me. But anyways, yo, I'm out. Peace.